Okay, Diane, what have you been working on then? What have you been working on the past couple of months?
Well, the last couple months, a lot of things. Brand new website, but I'm mainly here today to talk about this new CD release, the main one, and it's called Every Day. I dedicate it to my dad. His name is Stan, and unfortunately, he passed away when we were about halfway through it. But it's mainly the message was to let him know that I'm actually a little bit happier these days in my life, and I was, presenting some music that kind of shows that.
Are you working with the same crew, or do you have new players coming in?
Well, it was actually the way the whole thing came about is I was introduced to a producer called Paul Milner, who took some interest in recording with me, and it took a little persuading because I was sort of at this stage where I wasn't sure I was ready to do yet another recording but I am probably a recording addict, and so here I go again. And but it turned out so nice. He's a great person, Paul Milner, and he had his guys that he's done a lot of projects with. There is Ferguson Marsh on the bass, Al Cross on the drums, and Dan Crutona on the keys. And then I brought in a few players that I thought I would love to work with. And it was a couple of brothers, Rich and Rob Brown. Rich Brown on the bass, and Rob, his brother, on drums. Elena Capillaris on sax. And last but not least, I did have Shanna Pavlik. She did a lot of arranging and writing. She also played sax, of course, and flute, and as usual, vocals as well. Yeah, so that group of musicians all on this little project, I think some really cool stuff came about. So there's some new songs on here that hadn't been recorded yet.
Okay.
Like the one that's especially dedicated to my dad. It's called Sunny, Sunny's Raspberry Swing. So there's also another special thing on this CD for me, and Eric Mouquet of musical movement, I think. It's called Deep Forest. And if you haven't heard of him, you should look it up because he creates beautiful world music. And anyway, long story short, I've always had this kind of little dream. Wow, wouldn't that be cool if he had one of my original songs and did his magic with it? And believe it or not, it actually happened. And so he agreed to remix a song called Love on the Moon, and so he took our quartet version of it live and did his magic on it. And so that's also included on here as our bonus track. And that's about it, I think.
Awesome. So where can people find it, buy it, or see you play live?
Well, we've just finished a new website for Dianne Body Music, and you can check it out on there. It's all available on iTunes or Spotify or all the places where you can buy music these days, for sure. So it's best probably to go on the website and check it out there. That's it.
Awesome.